very good Friday to everyone out there. We made it to the end of the work week. Congratulations. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather forecast courtesy of On Target. Got an ongoing weather maker trying to work out of here. We've got this area of low pressure that brought some strong storms to the region. It's now trucking off here to the south and east, taking the cold front along with it. Got this reinforcing front that's dragging down here to the south and east, and that's going to be keeping cloud cover around throughout much of today. The good news is we should be finished up with the rain chances. We might catch a few sprinkles out there. The northerly wind component coming in along and behind that front combined with the cloud cover, definitely going to create colder conditions here as we work throughout the day. That system yesterday, folks, brought quite a bit of wind along with it, and we kind of split the uprights here across the Wobbles community. But boy, do we have some picturesque views be sent in. Jacob Henson captured this cold air funnel view looking west from Russellville. We had extraordinarily cold air aloft in the atmosphere. We had temperatures that were very steep in differentiation as you went up with height. That created this cold air funnel that stretched down. And you can get those with these cold core systems like what we experienced yesterday. Let's get a look out across the region, shall we, to kick things off. D93 Skycam overlooking downtown Bowling Green. Bright sunshine trying to shine, but we have got some cloud cover that's still mixing in out there, as you can see. We're also taking a look and a gander over towards the Morgantown Skycam. You can still see, folks, the ongoing flooding concerns along the Green River. Rochester has been hit incredibly hard. I would like to note that they do have a donation set up. You can donate to help those folks over there in dire situations at Morgantown Bank and Trust. But that being said, still got some cloud cover that's present out there as well, and that is going to be with us as we work throughout pretty much the entirety of today. Temperatures has fallen throughout the overnight. We're down between the low and mid 40s region-wide. We're going to be bumping highs up to right around the mid-50s as we work into this afternoon. We might stretch that a few degrees further here as we work throughout the afternoon, but I think the vast majority of us will be anywhere around the 53 to 57 degree range here across the entire region. Getting a look at the latest model guidance, we'll give you the breakdown here in the short term first. We're looking at the cloud cover that's present out there. You can see some breaks of sunshine we're getting in on this morning. Model guidance is picking up on that nicely. That reinforcing jolt of that little front that's going to be diving through here. It's going to be bringing clouds back into the fold by mid-morning, all the way through the afternoon. Might get some breaks of sunshine this afternoon, but clouds should claim the better part of the sky. And then as we work throughout the overnight, folks, look at the clouds dissipating and eroding out. Cloud deck shifting south and east of the region. That's going to allow for clear skies. Not only is it going to allow for clear skies, but we're going to have some calm winds that's moving in here. That's a recipe for a potential frost that could be unfolding across the region. We do have a frost advisory that's in place overnight into early tomorrow morning. Cover up your sensitive vegetation. We had some folks asking about some early planting that's gone on out there, some of the early sprouting with some blueberries and things of that nature. You might want to cover up those just in case. Here we are working into this afternoon. We'll hit the low to mid-50s. But folks, look at tonight. Once the skies clear out, right around sunrise, it's showing 30, 35 degrees here. But on the marker, we got some instances to where we could slide and slip down between the upper 20s and lower 30s. This would obviously result in a healthy frost here across the region overnight, so please be aware of that. We get more sunshine back in the fold on Saturday, but northerly winds going to be light. We're going to be keeping highs right around the mid and upper 50s. Opportunity at another frost yet again on Sunday, but by Sunday afternoon, folks, we're going to be popping highs all the way up to near the 70 degree mark underneath sunshine. It should be quite nice, but we will have to deal with some stronger southerly winds. It's going to escort in those warmer temperatures. Let's take a look at our next weather maker, and that's in the fold for the early days of next week. We work throughout the weekend. High pressure is going to build in, but folks, on Saturday, still going to keep a light north wind thanks to clockwise flow around this area of high pressure. As we work into our Sunday, you will note that high pressure shifts to our east. And down to our south, we got high pressure down here, clockwise flow. Low pressure has counterclockwise flow. And you can see the tightening solid black lines here. That is signifying a tightening pressure gradient. That is signifying those stronger winds that we're talking about that's going to be dumped in here out of the Gulf and out of the deep south. That's going to warm us up nicely to finish out the weekend. Then all eyes are on Monday. We get this Boeing little low pressure system that's deepening over the Great Lakes. It's then going to slice a cold front south and east across the region. And this could be bringing the opportunity at a few strong storms along with it. Looks like the better forcing is going to remain off to our north and east at this point in time. But that being said, with the cold front blasting through here, parameters aren't entirely different than what we saw yesterday. So we could get maybe a damaging wind gust, maybe an instance or two of hail out of this. Again, folks, the threat doesn't look to be overwhelming by any means. It's just something for us to keep an eye on as this weather maker evolves, all right? So the cold front will slide through here, bringing colder temperatures back in here on the Tuesday to Wednesday time frame with this trough digging in here out of the north and west. And it looks like our next weather maker will be arriving on Thursday night into Friday. Could have another opportunity at some strong storms with this Boeing cold front blasting through here, escorting in yet another jolt of colder air by the time we roll into roughly 1 week from today. All right, keeping eyes on Monday of next week. Here's what we're looking at. The Storm Prediction Center has already outlined an area of severe weather risk, and it borders right up along the northern tier here of the Wobbles community, right along the northern border of Butler and Edmonson County. Again, folks, nothing written in stone, something to keep an eye on now as this could get expanded. But again, with what we're seeing currently, looks like it could be a colder setup with more rain, or wind and some hail that could be coming along with it. Still not going to be looking at much on the rainfall front. This thing is going to be a progressive system that moves through here. Maybe a few sprinkles today on top of the late Monday into early Tuesday morning system. Might squeeze another 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch out of this, maybe a little bit more. Remains to be seen, but that's what we're looking at this point in time. Full 6-day forecast breakdown for today. It's going to be colder with a northerly wind component and partly to mostly cloudy skies. Highs for many will be right around the mid-50 mark. Saturday will be sunny but cool and beautiful. Highs right around 60 degrees with a light northerly wind, bumping highs up to the lower 70s on Sunday, near 80 on Monday before the passing cold front arrives, bringing the opportunity at some showers and strong storms. Then that'll bring highs right back down between the low and mid-60s Tuesday into Wednesday with sunshine dominating. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Friday morning weather or not forecast brought to you by On Target.